back with my next guest, Don McGrath. He's going to talk about how to claim your personal summit. And he is a speaker, author, and a coach. We're going to learn a lot from him. I have that feeling. Welcome, Don. How are you?
Thank you so much for having me, and I'm honored to be here with you.
It's a pleasure having you. It's really a pleasure having you. I know you came from Colorado.
Absolutely.
And I love Colorado.
Me too.
And there's a lot of good energy there. I feel you brought it with you and some wisdom here to share with us. So how we claim our own summit?
Well, I've been a rock climber for over 25 years, and I've trained rock climbers, thousands of rock climbers, on how to improve their rock climbing. And I wrote a book called Vertical Mind, which was about the psychology of rock climbing for rock climbers. But what I discovered is I started having people come up to me and tell me about how they were using some of the mindset training from that book in other aspects of their life.
Okay.
So I've begun turning my attention to people who don't climb, because after all, climbing is just climbing.
Sure.
But I'm able to teach people to have breakthroughs and change their lives.
Well, it's a climbing. It requires some mindset too. I mean, how you're going to climb and keep focus and all that. So those teachings, yes, I could see why people start to want to reach out to you, because it takes a lot to be successful or to climb and to feel good about what you've done. So how do you do that? Through your speaking, through your book?
Well, I've got a coaching program that I work with people, try to help them understand. Here's one of the biggest things. I think in climbing, one of the biggest things we do is we try to understand and differentiate a rational fear from an irrational fear.
Okay.
There are rational fears when you're climbing. I mean, you could fall and get hurt.
Sure.
But many of the fears we have are irrational fears. And it's the same for non-climbers, that we have fears that hold us back and keep us from doing things. And helping people to understand, what is that fear really about? And helping them understand and differentiate, is it a real fear where they could be hurt, or is it just a fear they've blown way out of proportion, which tends to be
growing in your mind more
tends,
and more.
Tends to be the case.
Yeah, so you teach them that through your speaking and through your book. Is that correct?
Through my book, through coaching. And one of the things I love to do is I love to take people who haven't climbed before out to the mountains of Colorado. And I lead them through an adventure-style climbing out in the Rockies. And I help them overcome their fear of heights, overcome their fear of failure, and show them just how powerful they are.
Yeah, yeah. You achieve something, you feel good about yourself, and this is where you could separate. I call it healthy fear and unhealthy fear. That's what I call it. But it's a great way you're putting it together, because when you climb, then you really could teach them to separate that and take control of their own fear. Then they're in control instead of the fear being in control of them. Is that correct?
Absolutely. And if I go to a party and people find out I'm a rock climber, the most common response I get from people is, I can never do that.
Yeah, me too.
People tell me I can never do that. And in the back of my mind, I know people without legs who climb.
Mm-hmm. You have to love it, though. I mean, I could do it, but I don't love it, so I can't find the time to do it, because it's not something I love. But some people love it, but they don't know how to overcome that. They want to climb. They want to do something like that. So what would you say to someone who wants to do it, but then the fear is stopping them? What they need to think about?
I would say the first thing is find someone who's qualified to teach you.
That's the first thing, right?
Because your safety is absolute.
Important.
And climbing can be dangerous, right? Like you see in all the disclaimers on products.
Sure, you have to, yeah.
So find someone who's trained and qualified, a trained guide to bring you into the mountains. Get a little bit of training. A little bit of training can go a long way. And one thing I like to impart to people is, many people think about climbing is all about strength. Look at me. I mean, I'm not a very strong guy, right? It's really more about technique and mindset.
Mindset, yeah. So by doing that, you're really working your mind in a way to expand and then know that you could do more than you think you could do.
Yeah, I'd love to
Right?
take someone who tells me, I could never do that, I'm afraid of heights, and I take them out on one of these adventures, and it changes their life. They realize just how powerful they are. And it opens their eyes to being open to possibilities.
Yes.
And because what I've come to understand is the only true fear is the fear of the unknown. If we embrace the fears, if we move closer to them, they begin to go away.
Absolutely, yeah. But again, for just the claim, whatever, if they come to you, I'm sure they have to be, you train them a lot before before you even allow them to climb.
Yeah, absolutely. We do a lot of the mindset training.
Yes.
I bring them in a controlled environment in the climbing gym. I teach them about ropes and harnesses and all that stuff for a
You
day.
prepare them.
And prepare them, and then we go out.
Yeah, so stretching your muscles in different ways then. It's a different way of transforming your thoughts.
Absolutely.
Right.
And we remember things that are very emotional. Think back on an emotional incident that happened in the last 3 years. Can you think of one?
Yes.
Now tell me what happened 27 days before that.
Don't remember.
You don't remember because we remember those emotional
Yes.
things. And so that's why I try to give people an emotional experience.
So they could remember.
So they can remember
their power.
They can
inner
remember their power sustained for
and,
the rest of their
claim
lives.
it, kind of.
And claim it.
Right.
Absolutely.
Yeah, this is very important to get your self-confidence. So it really gives you a lot.
Absolutely.
Right?
Absolutely.
So if someone wants to overcome fear, would you say the first step is to really start to understand the different kind of fear?
You have to ask yourself the question, what really is the fear? What really is the fear? And often the first answer isn't the truth. Mm-hmm. That's the way our subconscious mind
we'll
works.
create it.
We will make all kinds of excuses that are easy to defend,
Yes.
when in reality it's something entirely different. So really getting close to understanding the fear, and that's where I coach them. I try to
Nice.
help them uncover what is the fear really,
Yeah.
and is it a rational fear or is it an irrational fear? It's an irrational fear, we can take action and make that fear go away.
So basically you put it in front of them and make it clear to them where we're going, what direction, and what is it, how this serving you and how this not serving you. It helps a lot with someone going through fear, because when you have someone like yourself coaching them, they start to see different perspective, right? The fear will start to melt away because you can show them what's the difference. And you can't see that when you're in the fear itself. You can really guide yourself because you're in the darkness. Would you say that?
Absolutely. I find it remarkable that sometimes in 1 hour, with about 3 or 4 questions, I
You
can
could
help
pull
see
it.
people, help people uncover that what they thought they were fearful of wasn't it at all, and that it's totally irrational.
Absolutely. Now, would you please give us your website and let us know how they can connect with you? Because a lot of people living in fear, especially these days. Would you look over there and
Absolutely.
tell us your information?
So you can find me at my website, it's contourleadership.com. I have a new book that just came out this week. It's called The Climb. So it's on Amazon. You can find me there too.
Great energy. Thank you so much for being on the show. Thank you so much for coming in. And I appreciate your wisdom that you shared with us. I hope someone is going to connect with you and tell you, you helped me somehow, and reach out to you. Thank you again for being on the show. And we will be right back with my next guest.
You ready? Let's go. Yeah. For those of you that want to know what we're all about, it's like this, y'all. This is 10% luck, 20% skill, 15% concentrated power of will, 5% pleasure.
Hi, I'm attorney Eric Palacios. If you or a loved one has questions regarding immigration, call my office at 444-7777. It's important to hire the right lawyer to take care of your immigration needs. Call 444-7777.
When my buyer showed me the sofa, I couldn't believe it was only $499. First off, I love the sophisticated and modern look. It's covered in a soft textured chenille fabric, so it's durable. Look at the sleek wood trim. But what about the inside, I asked? Well, inside it has superior S-spring seating that translates into support and comfort. And the accent pillows are included. Larry's price, $499. Now that's some bang for your buck. And with same-day delivery, it can be in your home today.